Hello everybody, welcome to this session on ABELDent Cloud Server Patient Record. I'm Kel McKay and I'm the Director of Training Services here at ABELDent, and I'm going to be your presenter for today's session. So before I show you the new ABELDent Cloud Server, let me just tell you a few things you need to know. The new user interface is cleaner, brighter, and clearer than ever, with many more features visually available. This means that far fewer features are hidden away, like on right-click menus where they might be missed, so all the features are much more discoverable. I'm sure you've noticed that in recent years, computer screens, like the displays and monitors, they just keep getting wider. I'm not talking about taller up and down, I'm talking about wider left to right. Well, the screens of the cloud version tend to be wider, and they take better advantage of these modern widescreen displays with less gray space. Because the cloud version uses familiar terminology and concepts, it helps experienced users of ABELDent to adapt quickly to the new software, and for newer users of ABELDent, it's very easy to learn. Converting to ABELDent Cloud Server maintains 100% of your historical data created in ABELDent Local Server. And last but not least, ABELDent has taken leaps ahead in supporting integration with current technologies like patients filling out health history on a tablet or checking in at a kiosk, that sort of thing. All right, so let's get to the main event, what you've all been waiting for, and I will show you the new patient record. All right, so the new patient the ABELDent patient record has always been one window with many tabs. That was always really the concept. So this allowed you to access everything you needed to know about a patient in one convenient place. And in ABELDent's cloud version, this is still the case. Let me show you what this looks like. Now, what you're seeing here is the new front end for the ABELDent Cloud Server. This is called the Patient Manager, which I've done another session on, so go check that out if you're interested. The Patient Manager is the first screen you see when you open your ABELDent. Now, you'll recall that in the scheduler, which, by the way, is still here, by the way, and from the scheduler, you can right-click on your patient and to the various tabs that you want to open, and you can use shortcut keys like F for financial, that sort of thing, or you can click the buttons at the top, and then once you're in the patient record, you're in the whole patient record, and you can navigate to other parts using tabs. Well, the same idea here in the Patient Manager. Notice that I can also right-click on the patient, and I still get, all of my regular shortcut keys like B for billing, or L to open the patient's chart, or U, for example, to get into the patient's dashboard. The patient dashboard is the new name for the redesigned personal tab. Now notice also, though, that above the patient's sidebar are also buttons, each of which represent each of the new tabs of the patient record. So let's start with the dashboard. And either way, I can either right-click and choose the U, I can press the letter U on my keyboard, or I can click this button here. All of those are ways that I can get into the new patient record in your ABELDent Cloud version. All right, so you'll see here in the dashboard, not only do we get all the patient's demographic information, but there's also plenty of details over here on the right. So I, for example, have the patient's upcoming appointments, any contacts she might have, I have outstanding balances, I have the insurance coverage, family members, and referrals. And you can edit demographic information with this button right here, and you can add or edit family members. You can even open family members right from here. So I can just click this button and boom, I'm into the next family member's patient record. Very straightforward. Okay, now some of the tabs of the patient record haven't changed, at least not yet. In future versions, they likely will. So maybe it's best to start with those. So first of all, the Notes tab hasn't really changed at all. It's still the same as ever. You can still add your notes and edit your notes, etc. Okay. The Imaging tab, also very similar to what you would know, and the Perio tab. Although I'm told that ABELDent's Perio charting is due to get a makeover very soon. So with that in mind, though, let me show you some of the other tabs whose looks have been greatly improved. First of all, the new insurance. Okay, it will show you the primary, secondary, and more if the patient has more. along with the patient's name for insurance is a great feature for patients who go by a different name than the legal one that the insurance company needs you to call them. But also, you can see there's new visual representations here of the percentage coverage, the number of scaling units that they have used, and the maximums and deductibles. Okay. The new appointments tab shows you the patient's appointments in blue boxes, all right, and contacts are in purple, just like in the billing screen. Now, we think this makes for a nice, easy way of viewing, but if you like to see it in a grid-like format, as in the local server ABELDent, you can click this button up here, and you can see this is more of a style like the old school, and you can add or edit contacts directly from here. Okay, so very similar look and feel to what you'd be used to. Okay. You will notice that the new treatment tab looks a lot like the classic servers add treatment window. Okay. The only difference I could point out is that today's treatment is at the bottom and treatment plans are in the middle. Again, blue and purple boxes to represent appointments and contacts, and I can drag plan treatment directly into today's service, or up to a contact, or down into today's treatment when the treatment is completed. Now, the new financial tab is nice and clean. You'll notice that there are a number of buttons at the top for common actions. And here's something really cool and new that you can get in the ABELDent Cloud version. This is the estimated insurance amount, which you can see just by hovering your mouse over each individual charge, and the little pie chart. See the little pie chart next to each charge. Okay, and you can easily modify the amount expected from insurance. Okay, I can edit the insurance estimated amount. So I have done a session on estimating insurance, so go check out that one if you're interested. And then last but not least, the new chart tab. Okay, now notice that the odontogram defaults to full mouth. You can change that if you want. There are buttons here that let you change the settings, okay? But you can also change the background color, which is something that a lot of people have asked us for in the past. So you can see I could change it back to the classic look if I want, but I find a lot of people are really liking this blue look. I can make changes to all of my notes, which is really, really handy. Okay, and one other nice thing about the look and feel of the new chart is that you can see over on the left-hand tree, we have a lot more information than we used to. Not only do we have charts, plans, and perio, but we also have appointments and contacts. Very handy to know, what contacts are on file for the patient, what appointments they're coming up for. Okay. So I think you've gotten the idea. The look and functionality has been improved in a lot of cases, but it's not so different from the ABELDent local server that you've known and loved. So the learning curve should be nice and short. Again, everything that you need is available with keyboard shortcuts and buttons to get you quick access to the information and the functions that you need. Okay, so that is your ABELDent Cloud Server patient record. Better looking, but still the same ABELDent you've known and loved, more accessible than ever. So thank you very much for watching our session today on ABELDent Cloud Server Patient Record. Watch for future recorded sessions on many other interesting topics coming soon. Thanks again.